All right, we're going to do a coffee and a smoke with Fergus. There's something that has been on my mind recently, and people that have run into me have gotten my astrology rants. And for the people who haven't run into me, you're getting it now. So I've been looking at the sky, and I've become interested in astronomy. So as soon as I started using binoculars, Western astrology was just completely broken because they don't use the actual position of the stars, right? So then I didn't exactly like warm up to Vedic astrology, but they do use the positions of the actual stars. So that's good. But I recently found out that in Vedic astrology, apparently, so if there are two planets that are in the same sign, so in the same 30-degree chunk of the sky, then they are conjunct. But if they're not in the same sign, they are not in conjunction. So if Mars is at 29 degrees Gemini and Venus is at 1 degree Cancer, according to that rule, they are not conjunct, even though they're 2 degrees apart and they're basically fucking touching in the sky. But if it's 1 degree Gemini and 29 degrees Gemini, so they're quite a ways away in the sky. They are considered in conjunction because they're in the same sign, which would mean that the sky would actually be divided into 30-degree chunks with some sort of fucking barrier, which is absurd, right? Now, maybe I am wrong about that in Vedic astrology, and if someone is way into Vedic astrology and they know what I just said to be wrong, feel free to let me know because that's what I'm going on at this point, and that takes Vedic astrology out completely for me. Now, another thing that I've been thinking about is the sun sign, right? So the sun sign, where the sun was in the sky, what sign the sun was in, quote unquote, when you were born, or even not even when you were born, like right now. Right now, the sun just moved into Cancer like a couple days ago. So, someone born today, according to the stars, their sun sign would be Cancer. Now, what I understand about this is that the sun is supposed to accent the influence that comes from the sign. So it will take Western astrology. So I was born in August, early August. So I'm supposedly a Leo. We won't even go into the fact that the sun wasn't in Leo at that time. Um, but supposedly the sun would accent the energy of Leo. But the stars of Leo are way, way the fuck out there. And the sun is really close. And you can't even see the constellation of Leo when the sun is in it. So, what the sun would actually do to the sign that it's in is completely obliterate the influence that comes from that constellation. It wouldn't accent it, it would fucking completely obliterate it. So, your sun sign would actually be the thing that is void. It would be completely erased and replaced by the sun. And if there were a part of the sky itself that would have more of an impact, it would be the one exactly opposite of the sun. So, in the case the sun was actually in Cancer when I was born, or the crab, I don't want to use the word cancer for that sign. That's ridiculous. What is it followed by? Fucking herpes, So the crab will say, so, where was I going with that? Right. So the sun was in the crab And that's another joke about crabs. But anyway, what it would do is completely erase the influence that was coming from the crab because the sun is really close, really bright, and all of these whispers that are coming from fucking thousands of light years away would be completely obliterated, replaced by the sun. Um, so the sun sign, it doesn't matter what month it would be in. I mean, the sun would erase whatever the stars were in. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. And I think that is probably it. So I'm not down with Vedic astrology from what I've seen. I don't ever want to use the word Cancer to describe the sign that happens in the summer. The crab, even though you look at it in the sky, it's a fucking void. You can't see any of the stars of this constellation, at least not from the city. But I'm not going to use the name of a freaking, terminal illness to describe the sign that I was born under. Um, and the sun sign completely erases everything that's behind it, according to me. And yeah, that's what we have. So that is the coffee and a smoke with Fergus. So now everyone has had my astrology rant, and that's it. So peace.